Hello, everyone. We are here in Tech Talks, and our guest is Aditya Puri, General Manager of Marketing of Redington.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, my pleasure. So, tell me about the Vertical Congress. What is the Vertical Congress?
Vertical Congress started off a couple of years ago where, as a distributor, we sort of realized that for the channel community, it's getting more and more difficult to do demand generation and reach out to the enterprises and organizations to take their message and offer the solutions that they have to them. We realized that as a distributor, we have a role to play, and we started with the vertical. So the vertical as a concept was that one day we will have one vertical. Maybe it can be banking and finance, it can be government, it can be oil and gas, and we will talk about technology only related to that vertical. um, till last year we were doing it vertical by vertical, day on day, but we realized that we can do this as a congress where all the best practices can be shared across industry, and we started doing it in a single day with breakout rooms for each of the verticals. So verticals in a sense is trying to take the technologies as close as possible to the end users, and also for us as a distributor and for our partners to try and understand what kind of demand is there for the different products, what are the outcomes that the end customers are looking for. It is basically to bring the entire tech ecosystem together and come out with the best outcomes for each industry.
Okay, so do you have to show in this Luanda edition?
So in the Luanda edition, we have all the major brands that we do in Angola, from Dell Technologies to Trend Micro to VMware. We also have Vertiv, and we have some of our uh, prime partners who are taking business transformation objectives of the end customer, bringing out new use cases for technology, trying to change how governments can function using digital transformation at its core. And with all of these players together in the room today, we are able to have very meaningful conversations when it comes to the next digital transformation for a particular organization.
Okay, so tell me about the importance to buy on the official channels.
Of course, that's that goes without saying. I know this is a big problem when it comes to certain markets. Not buying through the correct channels would mean that you are ending up first infringing on somebody else's property rights, making your organization liable to penalties from not only the organization but also the governments. Also, you are going to be using technology for a very critical aspect of your business. Tomorrow, if you are buying products through the wrong channels, and if your service agreements or these products do not fare well, your entire business can collapse. So it is most important that you buy all your devices, all your software, all your licenses through the correct channels, through the authorized distributors and authorized resellers for a particular brand.
So how do you see the Angolan market?
Well, that is a very, very good question. Angolan market. So this is my first time in Angola, and before that, I have been researching a lot on this market. In Africa, we have been here for a long, long time. Redington has been in Africa for over 20 years, at least 2 decades, in different parts of Africa. But in the Angola market, we entered probably about 2 to 3 years ago with our partner Real Distribution. The Angolan market, I think, is at the cusp of something very, very great. As you are aware, only a couple of weeks back, the outgoing president of United States did his last foreign visit in Angola, and one of the reasons for that was the Lopita corridor. They are talking about this corridor. European Union wants to invest in this corridor. And what is this corridor about? It's basically getting the raw materials for the semiconductors from and the raw materials which are currently available in countries like Zambia, DRC, Angola, and taking it through the sea route all the way to Europe. Now, with the current geopolitical issues that are currently happening, it is very essential and vital for the American economy and for the European economy to have these raw materials in place. And therefore, you will see a lot of investment coming into Angola and the countries surrounding it just for this reason alone. So technically, what Taiwan does for the world today, the reliance on Taiwan is too high, and all different countries, including countries like India or the UAE or Saudi, they are all looking for places where we can find the raw materials for semiconductors, and Africa is one of the best places, and Angola is right at the center of all of this.
Okay, great. Now you have a question. It's about the solution you have. Tell me the solution you have for telcos, BFSI, and government.
So this is a very long question. I don't think I will do justice to it, because we carry, as Redington, we carry
Just
over
two or
70, 80
three
brands.
points.
From a point of view of what I will speak of possibly is the cloud migration programs that we are running for across the territories in Africa. Many of the companies are still not on the cloud. They are still using infrastructure, physical infrastructure on premise. And Redington is leading the way, whether it comes to AWS, Microsoft, or Google, is leading the way in bringing not only doing the right tests for whether what your organization needs, but also helping you migrating into the cloud. That is one. The second is offering managed cyber security services through our platform called DigiGlass. And this is a platform which is not directly given by us, but this is a value add to all our partners who are able to take this managed services as a service from their side to their end customers. Managed services is something, one of the recent the surveys that we did across the Middle East Africa region, we saw that one of the key problems that organizations are having with to do with in managing their cyber security is that costs are too high. The only way to sort of get around these costs is to go for managed cyber security services, right? And that is why Redington has invested in building its own SOCs, which can be offered to partners and therefore offered to the end customers directly. And these are some of the two, from cloud, from cybersecurity, where we would like to focus on for the enterprises.
Everything, every institutions is going digital. What you have to recommend to them about the cybersecurity?
Yeah, so going digital is no longer an option, obviously, and cybersecurity, from a point of view, you need to make sure that your organization is secure. You need to ensure that at least once a year you are doing cybersecurity audits, you are getting penetration testing done, you are trying to understand who and what is could be a potential liability within your IT infrastructure, and you have to use the proper brands available in the market and not hope and pray that nobody is going to attack you. So every institution is at risk at some point or time the other, because as you get successful, you will have attention coming to you, and you would want to have your cybersecurity defenses up.
Okay, thank you. Do you have something to add about Redington, about this event, the Vertical Congress?
Yes. So to the audience that I'm speaking, I believe they are IT enthusiasts, to the people who are very interested in upgrading their IT across their businesses. I would say that your participation in these kind of events really helps us understand what you need next. And in my session earlier in the morning, I spoke about technology friction. Technology friction is the gap between the innovation that is happening around the world and the adoption of technology that is happening around the world. So there's a gap between. And that happens because of lack of availability, lack of affordability, or adaptability of the solutions that we have. So become a part of our journey. Come to events such as these that Redington is conducting across the different regions, and share your thoughts, share what you need from us, and we will be able to try and correct this technology friction and the gap between what you need versus what we have today.
Okay. Give me your top 5 certifications you recommend.
Top 5 certifications. Of course, cloud readiness is number 1. You need to know how to take your organization to the cloud. The second one is basic cybersecurity knowledge you need to have for sure. Very, very basic cybersecurity knowledge for you to know what are the things that you need to build a secure IT infrastructure. The buzzword everybody wants to talk about these days is AI. Of course, AI has so many things, but what you should know is you can't use everything in AI. You try and find out what is helping you perform your tasks faster. try taking subscription for these AI models which are available, see how it is increasing your scope of how it is decreasing your workloads, and of course try and find out what these AIs can do for your organization. So these would be the top three. Of course, there are many that you can have, but depending on basis of your profession, we can.
Many of IT professionals says that the big problem they have in their journey is to convince the board to invest in IT or cyber security. What do you recommend to the board?
At this day and age, I recommend, if you are still not doing it, these businesses will not run for long. Because if today you are not investing in cybersecurity, or you're not investing in IT infrastructure, and if you wouldn't have done it 5 years ago, you are already going to be seeing the heat on your account books. So I would tell the board of these organizations that you have to start looking at 20 years down the line. We are no longer talking about IT infrastructure anymore. We are talking about how human beings would be replaced by AI agents. So if we are still having the discussion on IT infrastructure, then your businesses would have missed the bus when it comes to the next generation. The next generation of people are not going to be able to even understand what you are doing, because everybody else will be running a different race and you will be on a different race.
Okay. Do you believe in this replacement for humans by AI?
Humans will be augmented by AI. So AI is never going to replace humans because it's not sentient. And what I believe is, for anything to function on God's earth, they need to be sentient. They need to have a mixture of emotions, sort of understand and comprehend what people are saying and doing. But yes, AI is going to augment what humans do. So if you are not using AI as an everyday tool to augment what you do, you will be left behind. Very simple example: if today you don't have an iPhone which keeps reminding you on your calendar, it's you forget important meetings and so on. This is something which was a tool which was 10 years ago. Similarly, AI in the coming days is going to be augmenting your life, and you should start embracing it in every way possible.
Okay. Thank you very much, Aditya, for your time, and thank you for bringing this important event here in Luanda, the Vertical Congress.
Thank you so much. Thank
See
you.
you
It was a
next
pleasure.
time.
Thank you.